Jackets have got 8 on the line and the 2 protectors. Snap to him. Wobbly kick. Headed for Charlie Rogers. He'll have a return if he listens. 46-yard line. Back up the middle. Charlie. 40, 35, 30. Touchdown, 5, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. Oh, Charlie. Oh, Charlie. 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 Oh, Charlie. Oh. Oh. 54 yards. Kim, I don't think Virginia thought he was going to run it back. He sits this play out at least. Snap to Godzi. George looks, throws to the end zone. That is caught. Touchdown, Georgia Tech. Whoa! Whoa! My heavens! One-handed Terry Atkins is hauled it in. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! 7 seconds left on the clock, and Wesley, it doesn't get any bigger than this.
Campbell picks up his 4th foul and a timeout. Less than a minute left, and we'll be back. Games, nothing new during his long, illustrious career, leading 4 different schools to the NCAA tournament. Wisconsin 10 of 16 as a team from the line. Georgia State only been there 7 times. Most of their buckets coming from the perimeter, short jumpers.
Have not been aggressive enough to get to the line. Georgia State's been settling for the outside shot, trying to create off turnovers, but they have not established themselves inside to get the fouls, to get to the line.
Kowski has struggled, only 54% from the free throw line, and connects on both. 11 points now for Kowski, and it's a 5-point game, and the clock running under a minute.
Look for Morris to just try to finish it, but look at the defense. Look at Shaw coming out to help on the pick and roll.
Cooper.
Oh my!
4-point opportunity.
Personal team foul, 7 on the Badgers.
Well, as good as the defense was, the shot was even better. Cooper with the left hand, shooting the 3, pulling up from behind the arc. That was a big play. Brings Georgia State within 2.
Make it 1 as Cooper makes it a 4-point play. The foul was whistled on Boone, his 3rd. Buckle up, 49-48, Wisconsin.
Well, this is where the quickness of the hands of Morris and Long may come into play. Cooper on the denial. The crowd is...
Boone on the wing. Now Shaw has it. He can shoot it from out there. Kowski has a look. Back to Davis. 7 on the shot clock. Slides through. Loose ball picked off. Long leans. Hit.
Timeout, Wisconsin.
Long has come from the dead. Scoreless in the first half. His 13th point at Georgia State's first lead since 4-2 early.
They'll be coming for the white flag right here. 1 lap to go.
The Childress team trying to go to victory lane for the 2nd year in a row in this race.
We had a photo finish here last race. We're getting ready for another one, folks. Get up off your seats. Here they go.
For 2 in a row, trying to set him up.
Gordon's going to make the big move on the inside when they get down here to turn 3. Slow car might be in the way. Here he comes. He's going to drive it to the bottom.
Oh, Harvick's leaving a lot of bottom open.
This slow car is going to be in the way. Just like a year ago, he's going to get him, though. He's going to get him. Gordon got loose. It's Harvick. Harvick by inches. Harvick by inches. Harvick by inches. What a race. What a finish.
How did Jeff Gordon hang on to that car that loose off turn 4?
Man.
We got him. Tell me we got him.
29 car. You got him, buddy. Harvick, you got him. By 6/1000ths of a second.
Folks, this is Dale Earnhardt's car and team. And Kevin Harvick, the young man Richard Childress tapped, is doing a John Force down the front straightaway. Look at Kevin Harvick as the fans saluted Dale with the number 3 on the 3rd lap.
Kevin Harvick salutes him on the way to victory lane.
If I was him, I'd run that thing out of gas riding around here.
Keppinger trying to be the hero again. He's 4 for 4. Hit for the cycle last night. The 1-1. Misses down and away. 2-1 now to Keppinger, with Doc Brooks waiting on deck if the Dogs get that far. Keppinger steps out, looks down to third. If Coach Polk's got a signal that says hit a home run, he just flashed it. Neufeld takes the lead. Dogs down 7-6, top of the ninth. 2-1 the count with 2 outs. From the letters, the 2-1. This is driven into deep left field. Oh my God! He did it again! Oh my God! Roy Hobbs, Bill Mazeroski, Jeff Keppinger, he did it again! His 3rd home run! Keppinger did it again! And the Dogs lead Coastal Carolina 8-7. This place is absolutely going bananas. Keppinger is being mobbed. Unbelievable!
I can't believe it, Jim. I've never seen a performance like this. Maybe Reggie Jackson in the World Series for the Yankees. This is the most outstanding performance I have ever seen by a baseball player.
Oh my God! And the fence has come down on Kudzu Hill. This is baseball's equivalent to Balloon Sky. 5 for 5. The Dogs down to their last out. And Keppinger touches them all for the 3rd time. And he comes out for a Yankee Stadium-like curtain call. Flashes of signs from the letters. Here's the 0-1. Change up, drill to second. Oh, he bobbled it. Armitage to Keppinger for 1 to relay. Yeah! The Dogs win it. 8-7. 4-6-3 double play. And the Dogs win it. The Dogs win it. The Dogs have won the regional championship.
Come on, Florida State!
And they are absolutely mobbing Jeff Keppinger as Georgia has won one of the greatest games ever.
The Dogs open the season in front of a sellout crowd and ESPN national television audience, renewing the rivalry with the Clemson Tigers. The score was tied 7-7 in the 2nd quarter when Fred Gibson put the Bulldogs back in the lead.
High, not real deep, but around the 10. Fred Gibson, 10 to the 20, trying to go up the middle, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 40, 35, 30, and there goes Fred Gibson all the way.
6 minutes later, freshman quarterback DJ Shockley keyed a touchdown drive that ended with a 9-yard touchdown run that made it 21-7 Dogs.
Shockley going to take it. Got time, looking, going to run. 15-10, 5, he dodges a man, touchdown!
Clemson responded, however, scoring 3 unanswered touchdowns to take a 28-21 lead. Then, early in the 4th quarter, Shockley engineered a drive that ended with Terrence Edwards catching his school record 20th career touchdown pass.
Shockley will take it, stop and look, fire right down the middle, and we're going to have a touchdown. Terrence Edwards got a ball that Shockley put right around his hip pads on about the 10. And it's 28-27.
The Dog defense would stiffen in the final period, and David Green would lead a drive, culminating in a Billy Bennett field goal that gave Georgia the lead for good.
And Billy Bennett with Kilgo to hold and young Jake Carter to snap. Field goal to be tried from the 33. Clemson with a 9-2 setup. They set it down and the kick is up there. Watch that ball. Good!
A gutsy 4th-and-1 call in the final minute sealed the victory for Georgia as the Dogs beat Clemson 31-28. Week 2, Georgia traveled to South Carolina, where the Bulldog defense keyed a hard-fought victory over Lou Holtz's Gamecocks. Leading 3-0 in the 4th quarter, sophomore lineman David Pollock produced a defensive highlight for the ages.
In a shotgun, they got 4 receivers. They're on their own 6-yard line. Jenkins takes it. He's running through his own end zone. Stops. And we hit him there. Oh, wait a minute. Pollock took the ball out of his hands.
Pollock scored a touchdown. He took it out of his hands as he was going to throw. David Pollock just took the ball out of Corey Jenkins' hands in the end zone, just a few yards in the end zone, and got a touchdown out of it. Let me see a play by.
Wow, I've never seen that before.
I never.
He just reached up and grabbed it right out of his hands while he was passing it.
He curled back in the end zone to throw at the dog bench and just literally ecstatic as they pound him. Now we'll watch it. I got to see this. He's back in the end zone, 2-3 yards. Cocks his arm. He took it right out of his hand.
Wow.
Pollock's touchdown was Georgia's only trip to the end zone on a day when a late goal line stand provided the finishing touches to victory.
Shotgun Corey Jenkins. Can we put any pressure on him at all? Second down. Snap. Corey Jenkins looking. We're going to chase him to the sideline. Still chasing him. He dives out of bounds around the 4 or 5. Where? On the 4, they say. Third down. Jenkins takes it. Rolls right. One man missed him behind the line. He darts in, and we hit him on about the 2. He's awfully close to getting a first down with 20 seconds. The ball game's coming down virtually to one single play. Shotgun. He takes it. He laterals. They fumble it. And everybody dives to the ball, and I think we've got the ball. South Carolina fumbled. They run a little toss sweep out. Thomas Davis recovered. Carolina has fumbled 2.5 yards away from winning.
Thank the Lord for some great defense.
Tuscaloosa showdown with Alabama. Before the game, Georgia alumnus and former Auburn coach Pat Dye questioned whether the Dogs were man enough to beat the Crimson Tide.
I don't think Georgia's man enough to beat Alabama. Alabama's going to line up and run the football, and they're going to play defense. And I don't believe Georgia's man enough to beat that.
With their manhood challenge, the Dogs wasted little time showing that they could battle toe-to-toe in the trenches. The veteran offensive line, keyed by John Stinchcomb, opened up holes for Musa Smith as the Dogs marched for an opening drive touchdown.
Bama coming up on the line. David Green going to hand to Milton. Milton got out to the 35, to the 30, ran over a guy and took it to the 24. That's Tony Milton from Tallahassee. We're in an eye. Toss sweep to Big Musa. Block in the corner. 5, 10, touchdown!
Midway through the second quarter, David Green led a scoring drive that ended with an amazing catch from sophomore Fred Gibson.
And Green comes back. They're coming up behind him. He doesn't see him. He throws a long pass to Fred Gibson, who caught the ball. He fell down, but he caught it on his back. Fred Gibson, a sensational catch down on the goal line with Madison the corner with him. Caught a one-handed ball lying on his whatchamacallit. And Fred Gibson scored sliding in the end zone, and it's 13-3. My gosh, what an individual play and effort by Fred Gibson, who turned around, came back a step to the ball, and fell backwards and caught it. David Green, meanwhile, was being destroyed from behind right after he threw the ball. We try the extra point. Second quarter, what a play. Bennett sticks it up in there good. And the Dogs are leading 14-3, though we got a long way to go in the second quarter.
Leading early in the fourth quarter, Green would find Terrence Edwards for a 37-yard touchdown and a 24-12 lead.
We're still very, very, very early in the fourth quarter. We're barely in it, but we're leading by 5 points. We've led all day. Bama's linebackers a little close. One of them in particular snapped to Green. They're coming on him. Green going to throw a long fly pattern to Terrence Edwards. Touchdown! Perfectly led play. Green got clobbered after the play, but he threw a perfect strike. Terrence got one step on the defensive back and just came across their goal line as he caught it. Terrence Edwards, a great catch. And David Green really laid that ball in there.
Alabama proved worthy of its reputation by rallying to take a 25-24 lead midway through the fourth quarter. That's when the Georgia defense, led by linebackers Boss Bailey and Tony Gilbert, took charge.
Boss Bailey hit San Antonio Beard, the running back, for about a 3-yard loss. They're in a shotgun with 3 wide outs. Snap to Croyle. Croyle back in the goal line. We missed him. He got away. He's coming to the sideline, to the 10, to the 12. We knock him out on the 13.
Damian Gary provided excellent field position on another outstanding punt return. That gave the offense one final chance at victory, and the line once again took command. Musa Smith rushed for the final of his 126 yards to set up a Billy Bennett field goal attempt with 38 seconds to play.
Now we're only 7.5 yards back. We're on the 22.5. Alabama's got 8 men on the line. We're going to try to win it right here. We kick it up and it's looking all right. Yeah, I think yes. Billy Bennett stuck it up in there with 38 seconds. Now we got to play defense for 38 seconds. And we took the lead back 27-25. We took a lot of time, and David Green beautifully was watching the clock and doing what he was told and manipulated us a little closer and then a little closer, and we got the field goal. But
Bennett's kick gave Georgia the lead for good, and a Thomas Davis interception iced the Bulldogs' first ever win in Tuscaloosa. The victory dispelled any doubts as to the Dogs' toughness and proved they were man enough to have championship aspirations.
Thomas Davis, redshirt freshman, intercepted a ball throwing short and hard and low, grabbed it and went 8-9 steps. We've got the ball, and it looks like right now we have won a giant road game.
I can't tell you how proud I am of every one of you guys. Y'all, hey, what we talked about, banding together like brothers, right? Nobody gave up, ever. Nobody gave up. It became that war that we thought it would be. It became that 60-minute battle that we thought it would be. We are the leaders in the East, and I want to stay that way.
CBS national television audience greeted the Bulldogs when they returned home to face Tennessee. The dog walk drew thousands as Georgia marched into Sanford Stadium with hopes for its third straight win over its one-time nemesis. Defense and special teams would again dominate, with the Dogs' punt team getting them on the scoreboard first.
Tennessee's 4th down, 1.5. We're coming up the middle. We blocked it. It's over here by the goal line. It's rolling in the end zone, and we got a man diving on it, but he slid out of bounds. Might be a safety. Reggie Brown dove on the ball.
The Dogs kept the lead with another blocked kick as Boss Bailey displayed his Superman talents on a Tennessee field goal attempt.
They're 4th down. We jump, we block it, and it's rolling around, and we pick it up on our 27-yard line. Got a man trying to come down the sideline. He was out of bounds, but it was Corey Bryant. We blocked it. Boss Bailey blocked it. Boss Bailey blocked the field goal by jumping high in the air at left tackle. Now we blocked the punt, and we blocked the field goal. We've saved our little 2-0 lead. And we had 3 guys there trying to pick up that ball.
Billy Bennett kicked 2 field goals for an 8-0 halftime lead, while the defense continued to shut down the Volunteer offense.
We're coming on him. One man got him back in the 45. One man got him. Shedrick wins. And Leak fakes. He's running a bootleg left. Pollock dives and got him. Pollock from behind dove and got the back of his shoe on the 32. The tight end moving. He's sprinting out here to the right. He's got a blocker. And Banks, we grab the guy and sack him on the 20. David Pollock, who was fighting a giant blocker.
Midway through the third quarter, David Green connected with Reggie Brown for a touchdown to make it 15-0. Another Billy Bennett field goal made it 18-0. And then the defense continued to stymie the Vols.
We're in a 4-man line, now a 5. And Banks, we come in. 1 man got him. 2 men got him. Shedrick Wynn got him, and Arnold Harrison helped too. Shedrick Wynn got him first. Tight end standing. They give it to Jabari. We hit him. He ran into his own blocker first, and then we hit him on the 5.
2 late Tennessee touchdowns set up another late-game decision for Coach Mark Richt, who again decided to go for it on 4th and short.
And they're in a 7-2-2. Man in motion. We run a big sweep. We block. Here comes Milton. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Out of bounds on the 10. We put the whole school out in front of him, and we swept Milton on a big wide sweep. We had everybody out in front of him.
Georgia holds on for an 18-13 win, the first time the Dogs had beaten back-to-back ranked opponents since 1991. Dogs improved to 6-0 for the first time since 1982 and move up to number 5 in the national poll. A sellout homecoming crowd greeted the Dogs on October 19th and saw the Bulldog offense put on the biggest show of the Mark Richt era. Georgia scored on its first 8 possessions and amassed 606 yards of total offense, the 7th most in school history and the biggest output since 1993.
David Green coming back, wants to pass. Gonna go all the way, there's a man. Touchdown! Long pass to Fred Gibson down the left side. Across the 35, we got to go across the 40. Green gonna hand it off and faked it. And we got a man open down the middle. Terrence Edwards for a long touchdown down the middle.
Wow.
What a play action fake by David Green. Man in motion. Fake, Shockley back, looking. Touchdown in the back of the end zone to Benjamin Watson. Good play, good pattern. Watson really open.
The Bulldogs vanquish Vandy 48-17. The Georgia players and coaches had to regroup quickly. Ole Miss came to Athens hoping for an upset, but it was not to be. With the score tied 7-7 in the second quarter, freshman Tim Jennings would deny Eli Manning and give the Dogs a 14-7 lead.
Manning comes back, looks, fires, and we intercepted on our 38. We got a man sprinting far down the right side. Tim Jennings. Jennings is going to score.
Well, he picked one off last week against Florida. This time he wasn't going to let the quarterback tackle him. Manning, the only man he had to beat. Jennings kicked it into high gear and got into the corner for the touchdown.
About a 62 or 3 yard run.
Boss Bailey once again flew over tall defenders with a single bound to block a short field goal attempt that kept Georgia in the lead. Late in the first half, Fred Gibson capped a scoring drive with an acrobatic catch that came with a cast still protecting his injured thumb.
We split 2 men, 1 short and 1 wide. Green underneath, comes back to pass, right across the middle, complete to Gibson, and then he faked the man out of his shoes and he scores.
Wow. He might have the strongest knee ligaments in the stadium. My goodness, he just stopped on a dime and just went the other direction.
And the Dogs lead 20-14.
Musa Smith had a career-high 37 carries for 148 yards as Georgia reestablished its ground game. David Green passed for 206 yards and 2 touchdowns. The final one, a 33-yard pass to Terrence Edwards late in the third quarter.
Green underneath, fake, back, looking, and he's going to throw a long fly pattern. There it is, touchdown, Terrence Edwards.
Dogs bounce back from their Florida disappointment with a 31-17 victory that set up a showdown with Auburn, where a win would give them their first outright SEC East Division championship. The atmosphere on the Plains was electric as Georgia played before its 5th CBS national television audience and 85,000 mostly hostile War Eagles. Auburn dominated the first half with Sean Jones' 2 interceptions and fumble recovery, keeping the Dogs within 11 at the half. Trailing at intermission, senior lineman John Stinchcomb challenged his teammates to respond.
John, it looked like you were really asserting your leadership down there on the sideline, just telling the guys, now.
I felt like I owed it to my team, at the beginning of the series. I felt like I let everybody down with a sack, and I just want to do whatever I could to help the team win.
They got an 11-point lead. We got Jennings and Gibson deep.
The All-Americans challenge worked. Georgia came out and marched the length of the field to pull within 4.
First and 5 after the penalty. David Green
going to hand to Musa, who comes driving for the first down, stumbling across the 45 to about the 48.
That's our biggest gain on first down tonight, so that's a good start.
Yeah, they gave us a first down. The PA just said it was only 9 yards. There was an eye and 2 wideouts. David Green looking at it. Linebackers want to come in, so he's going to fake. Throw over on the right, complete to Michael Johnson, and they knock him out around a 40, another first down. Now Gibson and Michael Johnson flank out to the left. We're 11 points down. Auburn's got a 5-man front. Now they shift. And so we go to Musa, who comes driving hard straight ahead to about the 36. That cold northwest wind has really picked up. You ought to see the flags and their position in this stadium, and it's cold. David Green, we're 11 points down. That's not a whole mountain. Shotgun. Green looks. Now he's going to run to the other side. 35-30, going to get himself a first down around the 27. He saw room, and they were coming on him. He had pulled away from one man, and David Green ran for first down on the 27. We are down here near the promised land, and we're only down 14-3. Stand-up shotgun. David Green takes it and dumps it right over the middle. It is complete. We hang on to it. There's 2 men smothering him. They're down, and a full 6.5 to go. Huge third down play here if you want to get back in the ball game. Slot left. The slot is not out wide. Auburn's playing a 4-4. Snap to David Green. Looking. Now he's going to Gibson. Complete. He hung on the 5-yard line with 3 men on him. Gibson up. They turned him around in the air. Robinson, Rose Green, Mark Brown. They turned him around. They hit him so hard, and Gibson caught it in a sitting position down to the 4.
Oh, a huge catch by Fred as he hung on, and he did take a whack from Carlos Rogers, who really gave him a good shot. Second catch of the night for Gibson, and the biggest catch so far this evening.
Ball just inside of the 4. We're in an eye. It's a power eye. Auburn in a 6-3-2, and we run wall straight ahead close to the 1-yard line. Dogs up to the line, need a touchdown. They're 11 points down. We're in that power situation, and Green himself snuck in there and got it. David Green went straight ahead on a sneak and got a touchdown from about 2 feet out. So he had just enough push in the middle, and David Green scored to cut it to 14-9, and now we are in a 5-point game.
After an Auburn touchdown, the offense would respond again. Big plays by Musa Smith and Michael Johnson, and Stinchcomb's first career touchdown once again pulled Georgia within 4.
Green underneath. Going to try to let somebody break. Musa outside to the 10, to the 15, to the 20. Musa down the far side. Pushed out of bounds way up around the 34. We gave a draw and ran Musa outside from way back on the 1, and Musa got it out. Green takes it, comes back, got time, fires, complete. And hanging on with it, up around the 50 was Michael Johnson. And Robinson, the free safety, really popped him, but he hung on to it. And David Green has passed us to the 50. That and Moose's run outside on that right corner from when we were down around our own end zone. So we're in an eye. Auburn in a 5-man line. Fake. Fires. Complete. And then out of bounds goes Michael Johnson around their 39-yard line. Carlos Rogers, a cornerback, hit him. It should be a first down. Around the 38 or so, 39. He caught that ball down around his shoe tops. Need 15 yards now. Run Musa in motion. Green keeps it, follows a blocker, and runs right up the middle. Gets hit hard as he got down to their 35. Auburn's linebackers coming up in the gaps. Fake, and we're going to go down that right corner. And a leaping catch and out of bounds by Michael Johnson inside of their 5. Michael turned around and got up, and he hit him on the numbers on the 3, where he fell back out of bounds with Hood and Rose Green, a corner and a strong safety with him. David Green beautifully pegged the ball over on the right and Michael Johnson, being hammered, beautifully caught it.
A terrific catch by Johnson and a terrific pickup on the blitz by Musa Smith, which allowed David Green the time to throw it.
3 wideouts. Auburn in a 4-man line. The backers up a little close. Musa in motion to the right. David Green takes it. He's going to run. He got close to the goal and then fumbled after the play, and there's a pileup. They're saying touchdown down in the end zone. He hit the goal line. Everybody hit him, and then there's a pileup 3-4 yards ahead of him in the end zone. They're still digging it off.
One of our big linemen fell on it.
Stinchcomb,
yeah.
Stinchcomb got it. Stinchcomb came up with a football. About 6 feet in front of Green and a little to his right.
Whatever it takes.
21-16. We've cut this thing to 5 points. Here's Bennett kicking the extra point. Good.
In the fourth quarter, the defense repeatedly shut down Auburn. 3 times they held the Tigers to 3 and out.
We're in a 5-man line. They got one of those big extra tight ends moving in motion. Oh, they give it to Brown again. He turns and twists and backs his way in and doesn't get much. Auburn needs a first down here, or they're going to have to kick it back to us with a few seconds to go. I don't think there's any doubt, but the receivers are worn down to a nub. Auburn on their own 34. We're in a 5-man line. Campbell underneath. Campbell retreating to pass. Looking, a man's coming on him, and another, and we hit him on the 37.
With a little over 2 minutes on the clock, the Dogs get the ball for one last attempt at keeping their championship dreams alive. Sean Jones' excellent punt return set up superb field position for an offense that knew what it had to do. Green immediately put Georgia in scoring position with a long pass to Gibson.
5 men up on the line. Snap. Green looking. There goes that long bomb. We're trying to throw, and it is complete, and they roll him out of bounds down around the 18 or 19-yard line. Fred Gibson turned around and faced him and caught him, and the defender rolled him out. Gibson staggered backwards 2 or 3 yards after catching it. Now what are you going to do? 1:46.
Well, now you can run the ball a little bit, chew some clock, give it to Musa up the middle.
3 consecutive incompletions and a motion penalty had the Dogs back to the wall. 4th and 14 from the 19-yard line. One final play to justify an entire season and rid the Bulldog Nation of the championship drought.
In the corner again, and we jump up. Touchdown! Oh, God, a touchdown! In the corner with 85 seconds. Somebody went up high. Was it Watson or Gibson? Michael Johnson up high. We're trying to put glasses on it, and they stagger down into the screen and the fence in the corner. Michael Johnson turned around and got up in the air. We caught the ball. It's 23-21 with 85 seconds.
The Green to Johnson touchdown has instantly entered Bulldog lore on the level with the greatest moments in Georgia history. Green finished with 232 yards passing, while Johnson caught 13 for 141 yards.
It's 24-21. David Green just threw it in the corner, and Michael Johnson, who he's used a lot in this fourth quarter, got racked up in the air but hung on and had his foot down in there. We scored.
There's the man right here that got a gun. I was just happy to catch the ball. He led us all this year to the dome.
All I gotta say, this man right here, unbelievable. The way he stepped in, made plays, Terrence hurt. Shows the type of character he is. Shows how much confidence Coach Rick has in this man to go to him when the season's on the line.
The Bulldog defense did not have time to celebrate. With 85 seconds on the clock, there was still work to be done. The Dog defenders came up with a big sack as Georgia held on for a 24-21 victory that secured the SEC East title.
We knocked them down. They don't give a first down. We tackled them on a 43. And David Green snaps and drops on his knee. Can you believe this bunch of cripples with all those guys out? The ball game has ended. We have beaten Auburn 24-21. We weren't even in the game at the end of the half.
After a week off to celebrate their East Division title, Georgia hosted arch-rival Georgia Tech. where the senior class bid a final farewell to Sanford Stadium. Musa Smith topped the 1,000-yard mark as the Dogs jumped on the Jackets early and often.
Tech comes up into a six-man front. And we're going to Musa, who cuts through a hole for 5, 10, 15, 18, 20, 23 yards, and a first down. David Green wants to pass. Looks, got all day. There he found a man complete to the Tech 40. Reggie Brown down to the 35. Tech's got a lot of men up front. Green back to throw. Fires complete, and Terrence hung on after they hit him first down on the 22. 7 of them. We run a man in motion. Run a big sweep with Lockie. Here comes Musa for the corner. Touchdown! 3 wide out. They're blitzing off the corner. He fires. Michael Johnson hangs on complete on the 25 and fights for 5 or 6 more yards. Tech 9 men on the line. The kick is long and powerful. Good. Bennett stuck it in there. Shockley going to fake it. Get a block behind him. Roll out to the left. Fires a pass complete across midfield. And Michael Johnson shoved out of bounds down around their 30. Shockley underneath. Fakes a sweep. Comes running out here. Bootlegging to the left. He's going to go in the corner and score. Shockley bootlegged out wide left and got it down in the corner.
Leading 17-0, Terrence Edwards would make a remarkable catch the play before a David Green to Fred Gibson scoring strike.
Tech loads the line up in the gaps. David Green retreating. Looks, and he's going to fire, and it is caught, deflected and caught by Terrence Edwards around the 50. We are on their 49. Play action fake, and we're going to throw it a million miles to Fred Gibson. He caught it on the 6. He's down in the corner. Touchdown! Gibson turned around and caught the ball facing the passer. The cornerback didn't see him do that. He had continued running. They were side by side around the 5 or the 10-yard line, and Gibson turned around and caught a ball that dropped right in his lap.
The rout was on as the Dogs continued to pile it on the outman Jackets.
Third down, we're in a power I. Got one receiver out left. And we handed the fullback. J.T. Wall got loose over the 5-4-3. Touchdown! Bill Bull, the quarterback, in the shotgun. He's running out here to the right. He stops. One man came in and got him. Another got him. Pollock finally. Tech in a shotgun. 9 seconds and a half. Suggs retreats and throws a long pass. And we intercept it down around a 20-yard line. And Bruce Thornton streaking across their 30 or 35 and out. Are we going to have Boss jump in the middle, you think? Oh, and he did it. He blocked it. Boss Bailey blocked it. It rolled back 15 yards. We pick it up around the 17-yard line, and they're there. Green saw something, straightened up and holler, went back down underneath. And comes again to Musa, who's got a little hole this time and rolled over some people, dove in the corner and scored a touchdown.
Georgia wins 51-7 to finish the regular season 11-1 with the largest margin of victory over Tech in the history of the series.
First thing I want to do is thank David Jacobs for being the best cat we've had.
On behalf of all the families and children that we care for, this is yours.
The Dogs displayed their championship pedigree from the game's opening plays with a stifling defense, opportunistic special teams, and an efficient offense that would not be denied.
And we hit him right away on the 25.
Wilson and Smith slotted wide up above. Matt Jones going to fake and come back to pass. We're coming after him, and we're going to get him and sack him on about the 19 or 20. Boss Bailey, I believe, was the first guy that hit him. Gilbert was already in there forcing him to twist and turn. Dogs trying to rush off the corner, and they block the kick, and it's rolling across the field. down around the 8 or the 9. A dog picks it up, tries to fight over the 5. We're pushing and pushing down to about the 2. Corey Bryant was the one that blocked the ball. He came off the left corner. We snuck him around, running behind the line, and he came off the left corner, though a big lineman got close with him. I'm not sure who picked it up in that mob of red shirts. There was about 5 guys, but they pushed their way down to about the Arkansas 2-yard line. Now he's going to put the ball down just inside of the 2. We're in a power I, and Arkansas is in there with a 7 or 8 man line. And Big Musa, touchdown at right tackle. Man, we opened a crease over there at right tackle, and Musa just shot across. And the Dogs lead 6-0.
Leading 7-0, the defense again shut down the SEC's top-ranked rushing attack, and the offense moved quickly for another score.
2-4-3. And now David Green looks, fires a pass, complete to Terrence Edwards on the 47. He got away from his man to 50 to 45, the 40 to 38 and down. Jimmy Beasley, their strong safety, had to save a touchdown there. Though at no time had he broken out from the pack. He was kind of leaning, Terrence was, after catching the ball, and he was wide open. And it's a first down on the Arkansas 39. Green underneath. Only one receiver wide. Back to look. Fires. Complete to J.T. Wall on their 35. He's going to drive and get on down the sideline, the 25, the 20, and into about the 15-yard line or 16-yard line. He stayed in bounds across the way. He hit J.T. Wall, the fullback, who delayed and came across running to the right. They've got the ball down around the 17, and they'll bring it out to the hash marks.
Great second effort by Wall. A good downfield block from Ben Watson, the middle linebacker for Arkansas. Moore had a crack at Wall over there on the sideline, and Wall kept the legs churning and blew down.
We're in an I with 3 wideouts now. Arkansas on a 4-3. The backers are again pretty close. And David Green doesn't like what he sees. He comes back and says something to his receivers. Green gets back underneath and going to run the sprint draw. And there goes Musa outside. 10-5, touchdown. I don't think it was really a sprint draw. We just sent him outside, and it wasn't a big sweep of blockers. There weren't any there. Musa just shot outside. We caved that part of the defensive line in, apparently, on that corner. It's 13-0.
With a 2-touchdown lead, 5 minutes into the game, the Bulldogs would never look back. They stuffed the Razorbacks all day long to cruise to a 30-3 victory and the school's first Southeastern Conference championship since the Herschel days.
Greenback got all the time in the world, so he's going to throw it 100 million miles, and Gibson's got it, and they got him on the 18. Snap to Matt Jones, passes out on the left flat, it's complete, and we're going to drive him across and down. That was Corey Birmingham, the wide receiver. He gets back down under the center, he's going to take it, they run it to Talley, and we're going to get him and drive him back. Second down, Shockley. Going to hand it off to Musa, coming out around the right corner, got a block, 35, 40, 45, bumped out of bounds on the 49. First down, Georgia now knocks on the door, and it has been a while since we've knocked. David Green fakes, bootlegs out left, going to run through, there's a man open, touchdown! Big Watson caught a ball running right to left, Benjamin Watson. Green bootlegged out. Watson, by the way, was being covered by Batman Carroll, and Watson is a big body, but it was a good pattern. He was open as he caught it coming across the goal line, running over to his left and curling in. And the Dogs get back on the board, and it is 29-3. And the Dogs will try the extra point. Set it down, and the kick is up, and the kick is good.
When the final seconds ticked off the clock, the Bulldogs and their fans set off a celebration 20 years in the making.
Corey Phillips again takes a knee. And the crowd lets out a roar, and the ball game is going to end. The Georgia bench comes flying across the field toward the middle. There's a celebration now like crazy out in the middle. And some of the fans got down in one corner and they've come running out in the field. I don't know how they got there, but somebody wasn't looking, but they got down there. In fact, some came off the other side. Both teams milling around out in the middle. And a lot of flash bulbs going out. Dogs did a job tonight. A lot of penalties, I realize that, and we hurt ourselves. We may have really been a machine because we were really looking good. And then we got in a little bit of trouble, but not any serious trouble, because look at what the defense did all night long. Georgia winner 30-3. We are the SEC champions for the first time in 20 years. It's been a long time coming. This is a very good football team.
The Sugar Bowl battle with Florida State in hopes of becoming the first team in Georgia history to win 13 games in one season. It was pupil versus teacher when Mark Richt faced mentor Bobby Bowden. It didn't take the student long to jump out to a lead thanks to the legs of tailback Musa Smith.
And David Green sprint draw. Musa 10, 15, 20, 25 yards. He's down, caught from behind the back of his shoe around the 30. Musa broke off left guard and left tackle with a long run. Alonzo Jackson, the defensive end, a big all-conference kid, grabbed the back of his shoe and saved a touchdown down in the 30. Musa just burst through. Snap. Green looks right down the middle. Caught on the 15, and they knocked him down right away. Terrence Edwards caught a ball. Leroy Smith, a cornerback, hit him right away. And we are first down and on the Florida State 15-yard line. Billy Bennett to try it. Jordan's going to snap. The hole by Kilgo. The kick is good. It went up high, reaching toward one of the balconies. So Bennett sticks it in, and the Dogs get first blood, and we got a 3-0 lead.
The Georgia defense pressured FSU quarterbacks all night. They gave the Dogs the lead for good on a Bruce Thornton interception.
They're on our 34. Snap to Walker. Walker stands there, looks. One man got him, and then he throws. We intercepted on the far side of the field, out on the flat. We got a man, Thornton, running down the left side, going down over the 15 to 10 to 5, and a touchdown. And so it's 10-7. And by the hardest possible way, we have gone on top of this football game, 10-7, with 6:24 to go in a half.
The Bulldog defensive line continued their assault, with Will Thompson, Darius Swain, and Jonathan Sullivan all coming up with big plays.
Dogs with virtually a six-man line. They have Walker under the center. Walker wanted to keep it and run option, and we got him behind the line. Walker underneath. Hands to the tail. There's a hole, and we close it. One man, big Jonathan Sullivan, got him around the 23 or 4. They may have lost another yard on the play. Leon Washington, the guy that was grabbed on the 24. They lost the yard, and they're 4th down and 17 now.
A Damian Gary return then set up the Dogs' second trip to the end zone.
And Shockley fates and steps back and throws one for Terrence Edwards. He caught it. Touchdown with a man on his back. Shockley led him perfectly. Had to kind of lean back off the back foot with pressure coming. B.J. Ward of Florida State was all over Edwards, who caught a ball that led him right over his shoulder, right around the goal line, and we got a touchdown immediately.
Well, you could see that one develop as Terrence had his man beat, and you knew if Shockley would get him the ball in the right spot that Terrence was going to make the catch. He was so far out in front of the receiver, all DJ had to do was put it in there, and Terrence would make the catch.
He had to jump. He had a man right climbing his back and shoulder pads when it settled in there. Bennett's extra point. Good. And Bennett sticks it in there, and the Dogs lead 17-7 with 3:43 to go.
Early in the third quarter, Billy Bennett added a 42-yard field goal.
Good. And Bennett sticks it through.
Then Will Thompson registered another of his 3 sacks of the day. 2 plays later, and the Dogs were in scoring position again.
Back to throw. Walker. A man's coming on him. Sack. Fumble on the 16. We might have the ball, and we do. Will Thompson was the man that knocked it loose, and Ken Veal recovered. Will Thompson hit him on the blind side, knocked it loose, and big Ken Veal, a junior, fell on the ball. Big young lineman out of Cedartown, and we got the ball, and we are going to be on the 17.
Boy, Thompson's having a big game. His second sack on Walker. Never saw him coming. Got him from the backside. Forced the fumble, and the Dogs in prime shape to start to tack this one away.
10 men on the line. One going to jump in the middle, and the kick is up. And Billy Bennett sticks another field goal in there after Jordan snapped it back. And the Dogs lead 23-7.
FSU rallied for a touchdown on the final play of the third quarter. But Georgia quickly responded with another scoring drive of its own.
There's safety men coming up. They give it to Musa. He cuts off the tackle, the 50, the 45, the 40, 35, the 30. One from behind and one in front. They slow him down around the 21. Musa had a hold and took it all the way down to the 23-yard line. And we set it down, and the kick is up, and the kick is good. And Billy Bennett hit another one. And it's 26-13.
The Bulldog defense shut down the Seminoles the rest of the way as the Dogs roll to a 26-13 victory. Musa Smith gained 145 yards and was named Sugar Bowl MVP as Georgia celebrated its school record 13th win of the year.
Seconds left, Georgia by 1. Jarvis Hayes hits the jumper, Georgia up 3. Next possession, Ron Slay from no man's land. That's good. We're tied at 70. Under 10 to go. Georgia with the
timeline. Guarded by Holden. Rashad going to drive. Penetration. He lost the basketball. Ball loose on the floor. Ezra tries to pick it up. He's got to throw it up at the horn. And it goes! It goes! It goes, baby! A three-pointer! A three-pointer! The Dogs have won it at the horn. And it's Bedlam on the press row. 73-70. Dogs do it again. Run for your lives. The students are everywhere.
And in the NCAA tournament. There is Doug Sermons, one of our 3 officials today. He'll be joined by Jim Burr and Tony Green. Georgia wearing the white uniforms with the red trim, while Pittsburgh goes in their blue uniforms with the gold trim. And we are just about set to wrap up college basketball of the 2002 year. Dave Neal and Joe Dean Jr. with you. Out of there by Hayes. Jarvis for 3, got it.
Georgia knows that Pittsburgh is a tremendous half-court defense.
Thomas takes it away. Williams, he lines up a 3. That's off the mark. Jarvis Hayes the follow. 5 straight for Jarvis Hayes, and the Dogs lead by 3.
Anything he scores inside today will be a bonus for Pittsburgh.
Jarvis Hayes with 8 straight to start the game for Georgia. And because of academics, joined the team about 10 days ago. Wright goes inside.
Georgia runs the UCLA high post series of Dick John Wooden.
Budovotskis, but didn't work. Jonas Hayes, baseline jumper good.
And again, Georgia is trying to beat the Pittsburgh.
Wilkins, Williams, top of the key, 3, perfect. Ezra Williams with his first 3 of the game.
Pittsburgh signed a new contract, and they love him there.
Williams fires for a 3 and rolls around and drops for the senior out of Marietta.
See, the key right there is Georgia pushes the ball before Pittsburgh can get right there.
Looks like he also suckered Wilkins a little bit there. Thomas, 15-footer good.
Right off the screen. A little extracurricular move this year for Georgia.
I think it's confidence. He averaged 8 points a game last year. He's now averaging 14 and a half. Batted out of there by Daniels. Nice bounce pass. Hayes converts on the other end.
Well, that may have looked easy on TV.
Wright for 3, got it. Rashad Wright coming off a season-high 16-point effort.
And not giving him any easy 3-point looks.
Daniels faces the basket. Ezra Williams. Jarvis Hayes. Wide open, Daniels for the dunk.
When you got 2 guys like Ezra Williams and silly fouls.
Williams fires. Got it, Ezra Williams. 15 now for Ezra, 4 of 7 from behind the arc.
This Pittsburgh, the 2 point guards have ignited this team.
Jonas Hayes responds with a jumper from the elbow.
I tell you what, Jonas Hayes made
right back at Steve Thomas. Savatkis has a shot blocked by Daniels. 2-on-1. Daniels to Rashad Wright. Back to Daniels. Oh! It works.
What a sensational play for Georgia at the point, playing head up against Brandon Knight, has really shut him down and had some offense of his own today.
Ezra Williams with 20 in the game. He's knocked down his 5th three. This
shooting well and making threes. I'll tell you, they can beat a lot of people and could be a top 10 team.
Hayes hangs in the air. Jarvis Hayes with 18.
The tough Georgia schedule that Jim Herrick has put together for his team year in and year out helps in games like today.
In Georgia, 5 of their 10 games so far this year coming into this game have been decided on the last possession.
This place will be rocking next Sunday too. LSU comes in here, a top 25 ranked team. They're going to honor the 1983 Final Four team that day. I believe it's the nationally televised game. This place is going to be rocking next Sunday in Athens.
Thomas will just sit on it, and that will do it. Georgia does it. Pittsburgh comes to Athens with a 9-0 record. They will leave 9-1 as Jim Herrick pulls off another big win for this Bulldog basketball team. Georgia goes to 8-3 and probably got themselves back into the top 25. City of Lexington, as we mentioned, other than 1985, was in 1923.
That's incredible, and Kentucky has those kinds of numbers against most of the Southeastern Conference. Just dominated play in basketball in this league. And play in Rupp Arena in front of all these folks.
Rashad Wright averaging only 8 points a game. 5-point Kentucky lead. Kentucky scoring 85 points a game. And Hayes responds with a 3. Jarvis Hayes now for Jules, the 6'11 junior out of Senegal. Hayes strong to the basket.
Jarvis Hayes hurt his knee back late in November up at the point.
Adam Childs checks in as Hayes knocks the 2 down. And a foot on the line.
I told you he's not bashful. He's got to be playing with confidence early.
Daniels missed a 3-point opportunity, but the offensive rebound winds up, and Steve Thomas is Georgia back with it. Here's Wright. Up ahead it comes to Hayes. Jonas Hayes gets the layup.
Get under control enough to knock out that hook shot.
Ezra Williams buries a 3. Barry, we are back in 4 minutes will be huge for the Bulldogs. Hayes, the fall-away 3 over Eric Daniels, and Georgia has their first lead of the game at 64-63. With him and threw it away. Tony Cole. Here's Jarvis Hayes. He's got 24 in the game.
Good D by Steve Thomas. Still on the court right now for Georgia. Had that turnover in half court with Cliff Hawkins tracking him.
3, in and out. Jonas Hayes off the glass. Georgia continues to pound the offensive glass.
He's on the court trying to buy a few minutes.
Williams with a 3-pointer. Georgia now leads it by a pair.
Zone defense on the inline.
Chris Daniels up to Ezra Williams. Williams hangs. Great looking shot over Chuck Hayes. A bucket. Cannot buy a bucket. This guy was second in the Southeastern Conference in scoring a year ago. And his point production is just dwindling. He's getting good shots.
Open on the wing. Just couldn't get that one down. And now for Georgia, can they keep possession and get Jarvis Hayes or Ezra Williams a shot?
Hayes off the glass. Georgia has the lead.
And what a break.
1 minute to go.
Keith Bogans had the basketball. Georgia had basically turned it over. Bogans tried to bang it off a Georgia player, get possession for the Cats. But Jarvis Hayes ends up with it and gets the deuce. He's at 30 on the night.
With each point, it's a new career high. Hawkins misses the jumper. Rebound to Bogans. Has it blocked. Another block. Georgia's got it. 37 seconds to play. A 3-second differential. And a foul against Cliff Hawkins.
Oh, close call and a tough break for Kentucky.
Time they started this well, Tubby Smith was their head coach.
It's Georgia basketball, and Prince can't believe it.
Good defensive play by Tayshaun Prince, trying to reach around Jarvis Hayes to get possession. A soft bounce pass from Chris Daniels. Tayshaun almost got it.
Tony Cole, who's an excellent free throw shooter, is back in the game. 1.7 seconds remaining. 1.7.
Georgia able to melt nearly 3 seconds off the clock in that sequence. So Kentucky down to just 1.7 on the clock. Big foul shots here for Tony Cole. A 1-and-1 situation. If he misses the first, Kentucky will have to call a timeout and then heave it the length of the court.
Tony Cole makes it a 3-point game. If he makes this, it's over. It's over, and the Georgia Bulldogs will win for the first time in Rupp Arena since 1985. As Ezra Williams comes over and says, give us some respect.
Ezra earned it this evening, raining in three-point shots from all over the place. The Georgia Bulldogs come into Rupp Arena, bringing home the victory. Huge surprise.
The win is just the third for the Georgia Bulldogs in the history of Georgia basketball.
The following is an exclusive presentation of Jefferson Pilot Sports.
I guess he's made a decision. And he's going to wait till the last second. He's going to go with Gibson. Missed it. Big miss there, Larry. Look at this. Lead pass. Gibson will get a bunny. 8-point lead for Georgia.
Got the run out. Great pass by Jarvis Hayes. Boy, did Gibson streak down that sideline. He likes that run out, I think. He's used to see that ball come over his shoulder.
About 33 of them for the Georgia football team this year. 6 of them went into the end zone. And he has the dunk on the last play that's given the Bulldogs his 5-point lead. Gibson, a 62% free throw shooter. Big basket. This next one will be huge because it will give them a 3-possession lead. And he does it. Gibson calmly hits 2. Haslam buries Gibson into the Georgia bench.
Gibson says, I'm okay. I've been tackled harder than that.
1-on-1 actually on this one.
Boy, are these big free throws for Gibson?
I'll tell you what.
Huh? 3 in a row.
They are now 6 for 12 from the line. They were 3 of 9 before Gibson started this 3-shot streak. Again, a 3-possession lead. And for the second straight year, the Georgia Bulldogs have defeated the Florida Gators here at the O-Dome in Gainesville. 84-79, the final.
Come up on 13 minutes to go now, second half. Fitch looks down low. Kamara couldn't handle it initially. And the giveaway.
He's got to catch that one.
Leak out by Wright. Slams it down.
Little fellow. I didn't know he had that in his shoes.
And he finds Wright out near midcourt. They can use some clock as we approach 6 minutes to go, second half. Back door. Williams from Thomas. Perfectly executed.
We've been saying that a lot this half when it comes to Georgia.
Bogans, Fitch, Chuck Hayes, Prince, and Estel. Prince, a 3. Estel gets his hand on it, but it's rebounded by Wright. 65-60, Georgia. Jarvis Hayes knocks down a 3. He's got 19. Bulldogs up by 8. Balanced effort from this Georgia team. And the Bulldogs getting ready for March. They've just sent a little message to the Wildcats. 78-69. That's your final here in Georgia. student section really enjoyed themselves here today, right from the very start. A lot of energy in this building, and now enjoying themselves on the floor.
To take on number 13, Tennessee. 'Twas a glorious night as Larry Munson and the Bulldog faithful would see Georgia deal Tennessee one of its worst home losses in 100 years. The Bulldogs led 13-7 in the final seconds of the first half, but Tennessee was deep in UGA territory when Bulldog safety Sean Jones made one of the season's biggest plays.
Will Tennessee hurdle the line? Will Tennessee just dump a little dink pass in the end zone? Will Tennessee run a toss sweep? Goal line defense, 7 seconds. A fresh back in there, Jabbar Davis. Watch him hurdle in, and let's see if that's what they do. They're blocking backs moving, and they give it to Jabari. Fumbled, and we dive on the ball, and we pick it up. We got a man running on the 20, the 25, the 30 run. He's got blockers behind him, the 40, the 30. Sean Jones going all the way. Sean Jones all the way. Picked up a fumble and ran about 95 yards, and he had 6 blockers behind him all the way. Sean Jones picked it up. They were going to run a sweep with him. Dropped the ball. Old Lady Luck just laughed out loud right there. And holy smokes.
She was wearing hobnail boots, Larry.
And the ball game just made a little change right there. They set it down, and the extra point is up, and the kick is good. And the Dogs lead 20-7. That kind of makes up for some stuff that happened. And now, delirious with joy, we run into our locker room, but you guys don't go to sleep.
Georgia proved again that under Mark Richt, this was a new era of Bulldogs football. UGA showed it belonged in the championship club as the Dogs splattered Tennessee by exploding for 21 unanswered third-quarter points thanks to a strong running game and opportunistic defense.
One receiver split to the left, only 5 yards. And David Green gives it to Cooper. He needs a block. He needs speed. Cooper going in the corner. Touchdown! Thomas and Watson with crucial blocks in the right corner. When Cooper got out there, he turned it on and was untouched in the corner. And we're leading 26-7. And that doesn't mean anything.
It means we got 6 more points.
Yeah, but if you saw the fourth quarter against Auburn like I did. Clausen. They'll probably go no huddle now at any moment. Clausen underneath, 3 receivers. Clausen faked the draw and then throws, and we intercepted on the 31. He threw it short. Dogs got a man over the 15. Down around Odell Thurman, is it? Odell Thurman, the linebacker, caught a ball that was Pollard hit him when he threw it. The ball wobbled up there because Pollock hit his arm. Odell Thurman sprinted it back down to about the 5. Green went up, hollered at the line, and backed up again. Green takes it. Hands to the little tailback who cuts in. Browning, touchdown! And Green is underneath, looking at a 6-man line. Go to Lumpkin. Somebody hit him right in the hole. He bounced out to the 20, to the 15. He's got a block to the 8, the 5. Touchdown, Lumpkin, as he hurled in the air.
This is unbelievable.
Damian Gary made a block. Lumpkin squirted through, and they hit him as he came across the line, and he bounced off of him out to his left and got in the corner.
The Tennessee victory helped the Bulldogs win their 2nd straight SEC East title and earn a Capital One Bowl berth against 12th-ranked Purdue. On New Year's Day, UGA wasted little time jumping out to the lead.
This ball game is picked to be very, very tight. And remember what happened the last time we played these guys? We put Damon Gary in motion, and then we roll right and throw back to Gary left. And Gary's coming down the left side, the 40, the 35, the 30. Going to try to dodge a guy, the 20 coming to the middle. Going to get it down inside of the 10. Maybe to the 7, Damian Gary. We're in an I. Purdue's up on a 6. David Green looking. And there he's going. Touchdown as he threw it to Gibson in the corner. One receiver only who floated off to his right where he was lined up with a little short hook back to his right in the end zone. Only one receiver. So we've drawn first blood, and Billy Bennett sticks it up in the air high and straight, and the Dogs have gotten the first 7 in this football game. Orton takes it, and we're going to chase him behind the line, and we got him back on the 23. Odell Thurman, I believe, from behind, just barely got him and raked him down. Green is underneath, takes his time. Thomas comes up to him and goes back in his position. Green straightens up and looks. Fade pattern to Gibson. Touchdown in the same right corner as the other one. Just a nice soft fade. And Gibson ran right past the same guy covering him. Orton fakes, bootlegs out left. Pollock jumps in front of him. Pollock chases him, and down he goes. And shotgun, Purdue going to blitz. Here they come. He retreats. We've set up a screen. We got Little Browning, the 35, the 40, the 45, the 50, the 45, the 40, 35, 30, the 25. He needs a block. He can't get it. He's knocked down on the 18. Dogs lead 14-0. And the kick is up there, and the kick is good, and we are 17-0. Very good-looking drive, highlighted by Tyson Browning's long run. We're in a regular I. Green fakes. Steps up in the pocket, throws over to the left. It's complete to Reggie Brown in the 42. He missed one man. He misses another. He's over the 50 now, and they'll tackle him from behind on their 43. Power I with one receiver. Green back, right down the middle. Touchdown. Reggie Brown right down the middle. Only one receiver. Power I set up, and the receiver went into the end zone and came back left to the middle of the end zone. And the Dogs get another score here.
In the second half, Purdue rallied to tie the score with a late touchdown. Then came overtime, when the Bulldogs would put a bite on the Boilermakers for their 11th win of the season.
We got a 4-man defensive front. Orton looking for people. Fires, and we tackle him right on the goal line. It is a touchdown. He fell in there by inches. Anthony Chambers caught a ball and landed in there by 6 or 8 inches, and now you're 27-23. Anything can happen here now. Now we're down to 94 seconds. David Green going to give it to Lumpkin, who needs blocking. He stops. He's trying to come back the other way. Nope. And he fumbled the ball. And it's still rolling way down around our 30-yard line, down on our 25-yard line. There's piled up. I think it's Purdue's ball. We may have blown this thing right at the end. Here comes a try for a field goal to tie us up. And they set it down, and the kick is up in the air. The kick is good, and there went supper. Now we're going to play for breakfast. 27-27. 49 seconds to go. And the clock ticks it off. We're going to go overtime. It's 27-27. 4th down, and we need maybe 10 or 11 inches counting the length of the football. Purdue digging in on the goal line. And Lumpkin dove in the end zone, and we got a touchdown in overtime. He dove over right tackle. Here you are, 4th down in overtime. Purdue's got the score. Let's see what happens now. One of the receivers moved in position, in motion. They fire down the middle, and we intercept the ball on a low pass. Was it Pollock or Taylor? Pollock hit the quarterback. And the Dogs have won it in overtime. Pollock hit the quarterback. As we're trying to check. It came awfully close to Tony Taylor after the throw. The Dogs have won it in overtime regardless. Look at the team. They're jumping out there in the middle of this bowl. The Capital One Bowl has ended. We've won 34-27 by the skin of nothing. We had nothing left. It's a skin of nothing that we won by. Georgia has won a ball game in overtime with nothing left. We couldn't even gasp. We couldn't belch.
Multi-talented quarterback.
Vick on a straight drop, steps up in the pocket. He'll tuck it away. 15, 10, 5, diving, touchdown Atlanta. 16 yards. So often we see Michael Vick Falcon is dazzling moves. This time, it's the Michael Vick strength, the leg strength. He runs through two would-be rushers at the line of scrimmage and then dives into the end zone for the touchdown.
First and goal at the 1-yard line.
Vick looks, throws out in the flat. Pritchett there, he caught it, rolled into the end zone. Touchdown, Stanley Pritchett. 117 New Orleans. Potentially Atlanta's last gasp. 1st and 10 starts from the Saints' 47-yard line. The Falcons now are facing a team by nature that's aggressive, yet they want to play zone to limit the big play, but that's given Michael Vick his opportunity to run. Down 4, touchdown to win. Field goal does you no good. Crumpler's been quiet in the second half, guys. Michael drops back to throw. He'll set in the pocket. Now shoot for Crumpler. Caught, 25. Algie down at the 20-yard line in New Orleans.
Trying to contain Michael Vick can be a frustrating and futile pursuit.
Under center now dances back. Michael looking to the left. Throws toward Crumpler. Touchdown Atlanta. Sensational. The first part of it is Michael Vick's ability to make some people miss. And then it's the matchup of Crumpler on the little tiny defensive back graph. 5'10", 197. Against the 6'4", 250-pounder.
A closer look reveals that Falcon wideout Brian Finneran picked Saints cornerback Jason Crabb, who was late getting downfield to cover Crumpler. Consuming precious time. Only 9 seconds remained in the game. Now out of options, the Saints had no choice but to throw up a prayer.
Shirts are down there, and it is intercepted by D'Angelo Hall. And the final play of the game is Hall's interception. You can say all you want to about him not being able to score, not being able to put an opponent away, but when the game's on the line, they beat the team that's in front of them, and they've done it 9 times this year. Atlanta goes to 9-2, 5 up with 5 to play.
The Falcons don't get a lot of national attention, and perhaps not enough respect, but they know how to win. And in the end, winning is the only thing that matters. For on-the-job training.
Play action to Goings. Stallone back in the pocket. Ball pop loose, and the Falcons have it.
Great job by Keith Brooking coming off the left side, beating the blocker, beating Goings, going and stripping Stallone. Playmakers make plays in the big game. Great job.
Vick a fake, steps back up in the pocket. He's going to dance here to the left, tuck it away. 10, 5, and out of bounds goes Michael Vick at the 4-yard line.
Hey, zebra, zebra! Zebra! Zebra, zebra, zebra! Green right snug, 14 release in the quick count. Green right snug, 14 release in the quick count.
If there's been one knock against Vick, it's that he has yet to develop the judgment and passing touch needed as a West Coast quarterback. Don't look now, but he's on his way.
Here's Vick throwing for Finneran. Caught, touchdown Atlanta.
Beautiful throw by Mike Vick on the fade route. Chris Gamble didn't have a chance in the world.
That's a pretty good look, and it's Brian Finneran's first touchdown of the year.
He's only 6'5", Wes. Who better to go to?
Quick give is to Dunn. Cuts it back at the right. Dancing to the end zone. Touchdown Atlanta.
Warren Dunn does an excellent job of vision, hitting the hole.
In motion comes Mangum, the tight end here to the left. DeLone drops back. Sets up in the pocket. Now being flushed around. He'll be sacked. Lavallee. Rod Coleman in on the mix back at the 25. It'll be a loss of 3. It's the 3rd sack of the ball game for Atlanta.
The 50. With a short field, Carolina crowded the line, anticipating a straight-ahead run from Warrick Dunn. Instead, they got dizzy chasing Michael Vick.
Did you see that smoke coming off of Mike Vick's shoes? Dan Morgan did, because that's all he could see was the back of them. What are the new cleats he got on West?
The experience, too.
Well, he got the experience, and it wasn't the ride he liked.
Vick had the Panthers reeling. On a critical third down, number 7 beat Carolina with his legs and his arm.
Panthers need to make a stop here. Atlanta at the 21. It's 3rd and 7.
Michael's going to run to the left. Throw. Caught. Finneran. Yeah. Sliding out of bounds. First down at the Carolina 13-yard line. And when all the chips have been pushed to the center of the table tonight, it's been the former Villanova Wildcat on the receiving end.
Brian Finneran has stepped up twice now for Michael Vick.
All day. All day. All day.
Great job. Hey, Beard. Keep on working. Keep on making them plays. Tiger 85. Tiger 85. Tiger 85. Tiger 85.
2nd and 9 at the 12. White in motion to the left side. Here's Vick. Setting. Looks. Throws. White. Touchdown.
And you give Michael Vick and company a short field, they'll kill you.
Vick fires the ball in, and Gamble goes for the knockdown. Great concentration by Des White.
Bad gamble. Touchdown.
All game up.
2nd and 10 at the 29. Here's Vick. Pressure coming. Michael steps up in the pocket, has a running lane. 30 coming here to the near side. 35. First down. Knocked out of bounds at the 40, 41-yard line.
Michael Vick was seizing control of the game.
Here's Vick. Pressure coming. He's going to throw. White's there. Caught. 40. Dares looking to make a move. Cuts back. 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, and tripped up at the 6.
He had to let the ball go well before Des White came out of his break, and the ball was right on the money. This is usually when Michael starts to do his stuff in the 4th quarter.
Des White had taken Vick's pass 54 yards to the Carolina 5. Vick was beating the Panthers to the punch, but Carolina was hardly down for the count.
These two teams have just taken turns throwing big-time haymakers at each other. 2nd and goal. 2:20 to go in the 4th quarter. Vick takes the snap, drops back to throw, hits from behind. That might be a fumble. It's loose around the 2-yard line, and Atlanta's got it. And Michael Vick has taken a beating tonight from this Carolina defense.
After a holding penalty and an incomplete pass, the Falcons were on the 12-yard line, where they faced a 4th and goal and a battle-fatigued defense.
Both defenses are just flat out exhausted at this point.
Flat out exhausted. We are exhausted. I hope we got a fresh Julius Peppers down on the right-hand side, though.
For the Falcons' 4th down play, the Panthers had to catch their second wind. And then corral a force of nature named Michael Vick.
With a 7-point lead, 1:44 to go. And Atlanta at the Carolina 12, 4th down goal.
And Atlanta might be down to their final swing at the bat.
Vick has the ball. Scrambling up the middle. 10. Vick at the 5. Dive. I don't think he got in.
His knee.
They gave him a touchdown.
Check his knee.
Now the referees can look at this again.
Yes.
Inside of 2 minutes.
They need to check his knee. His knee is down.
The officials can look at this. And if he's down at the 1-yard line, ball game's over.
But after a review, the touchdown call was upheld. The replays show that on Vick's stretch run, the run wasn't quite as incredible as the stretch.
Michael Vick stays elevated like Superman and crosses the plane before he touches down.
He launched from the 3 and just hovered above the ground.
That was amazing.
That was a levitation type of thing going on.
There's no other quarterback who can extend his body and score on that play.
No, because he was about 3 inches from the ground. His whole body's parallel almost.
I hate that guy. Obviously, we didn't have a spy on him, did we?
Well, Dan Morgan wasn't spot.
He took a shot at him, and he missed him because, I mean, Michael Vick's just that fast.
He just accelerated. It was nothing Dan Morgan could do on that play.
He tackled his jet stream because it was past him already.
Yeah.
He grabbed Superman's cape as he was going by.
The Panthers got the ball back with 1:37 left. But the team that had played with abandon for 5 straight weeks abandoned their daring style. They advanced no further than their own 27.
Very strange play call.
I think we're going to run out the clock.
I don't like it. You may not get the ball back again. Well, I don't like it.
I don't think there's any doubt that the Falcons have created all the momentum after watching the Panthers score 3 touchdowns in the fourth.
What about the beginning of the end for Carolina?
Here's Delhomme dropping back, sets, throwing down the middle for Ricky Pearl. It's intercepted. Aaron Beasley. Midfield, 45, 40. Beasley needs blockers, 30. Beasley, 25, and tripped up into 23.
Aaron Beasley's 30-yard interception return took the Falcons to the Carolina 23-yard line. Atlanta ran 2 plays and gained just 3 yards. But Carolina had to face the inevitable field goal. Jim Mora elected to send out place kicker Jay Feely on 3rd down.
You're kicking it on 3rd down in case it's a poor snap.
Right.
In a game that seemed like a long-distance sprint, Feely gave the Falcons their finishing kick.
Kick is away. Good night, Atlanta wins. 34-31 is the final. Jay Feely's 38-yard field goal. Atlanta is the winner for the 11th time this year. They finished the regular season 7-1 at home.
Run by the Carolina Panthers comes to an end. 2 games left, mathematically probably still in the playoff race, but boy, a lot of teams are back in it now.
Beat Mark Bulger and the Rams by 17 on this field in week 2 of the regular season. That's a fact, so is this. Falcons are the #1 rushing team in the NFL. First quarter, first Atlanta possession, 3rd and 2, and it looks like Vick is soup. Instead, he's driving the Rams nuts. Goes 47 yards, the longest run in Falcons playoff history. Remember, he ran for 109 yards last.
Now to the boundary at the left. Here's Vick, play action to Dunn. He'll look, throw down the seam. Caught, Crumpler, touchdown, Algernon!
Rams opening drive. Isaac Bruce out with a groin injury, so Mark Bulger looks at the roster and finds Kevin Curtis. 5-play, 81-yard drive and 246. First quarter touchdown allowed at home by the Falcons this season at 7-7.
Sets this play out with an eye. Here's Vick giving to Warwick Dunn. Again, splitting the front. Dunn 50, and he's gone. 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Travis Fisher was wasting his time chasing.
7 Atlanta. Second quarter. Vick can run, Dunn can run, and T.J. Duckett can tuck it and run. 4th and inches, 1st down. 13th play of the drive.
9. And the give will be to Dunn. Boy, McCrary, another great block. Dunn, 10, 5, touchdown Atlanta. Brad McCrary.
On Mark Bulger. Double pump. Boom. Boom. Finds Torrey Holt behind the defense. 28 yards, 21-14. Bulger, 11 for 17.
Wobbly kick to the far side. It'll be Rossum. They'll huddle up. Rossum fakes the throw. He'll cut it back upfield. 45-50. Rossum 45-40. 35-30. 25-20. 10-5. Touchdown Atlanta.
Are you kidding me? It worked. We saw it in practice all week. Hey, Joe DeCamillis, you're a genius.
67 yards. Punt return.
Yards on 8 carries. 3rd quarter. Rams go 3 and out. Atlanta then goes for the knockout. Rossum with another huge punt return. Rossum tallied 152 yards in punt return yardage. That's an.
Here's Vick dropping back. Michael looks left, throws, caught, touchdown, Peerless Price.
So what did Mark Bulger have in his bag to get the Rams back into it? Well, he didn't have enough. That's what Jason Webster with the interception. Bulger was also sacked 4 times. This
Bulger to start the fourth quarter on 1st and 10 to 17. Looking to throw, sack, fumble of the football, and Travis Hall's got it. Operates from under center. Falk is the setback. Here's Brady Smith. He got him again.
It's the big kahuna.
Safety.
Hey, Wes, you just called the big kahuna. Lord, is this the second game in a row? This is another record. What is going on today? The big kahuna, 2 games in the season.
And you got to credit the crowd. The crowd was really loud right before the snap, and Brady Smith got a tremendous jump on Orlando Pace.
So 47 to 17 is the final. We'll take a break. Come